So what we're going to do today is we are going to look at the protect variable in Statamic. And I'm doing that because I always use a plugin called restricted site access on my WordPress sites. And that lets me do exactly what it says. It lets me restrict the site access and then allow by IP. So if I'm at my IP, at the coffee shop, at whatever my client's IPs, they can see the site as if they're logged in, as if there's no restriction whatsoever. And I went looking, Statamic already does this for me, so perfect. And I just need to do the configuration, and we're gonna do that. So let's dive in. First thing we need to do to start is I'm gonna copy it. I'm on my iPad, this is Firefox, and I'm gonna open working copy. I'm gonna add a repository, and it's already picked up my URL, that's perfect, and I'm gonna clone it. This takes a few seconds. Awesome. And since I clearly would have demoed this, I know, and you can even see in my trying IP restrictions from a while ago, but I'm going to go into site settings, and then I want system.yaml. And what I want to do, I'm going to switch over to the Statamic documentation here. And I'm going to go down. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. You can restrict by post, by a whole bunch of stuff. You can put passwords, basically anything that WordPress has so far I've seen, which is pretty cool. We want the IP protection. And so what I could simply do is I could go into, stick right in working copy, and I would type protect and a colon, and then I hit enter and tab, and I would type colon IP address. That's it. Now if I went to my site, and let's do this, master commit, and I'm saying restricting by IP. Touch all and commit. So this is going to commit. And what I have this set up as, so I have taken my A record on my domain. And if I go to local.curtismchale.ca, this is a Statamic site. I see I'm into it. And part of the reason I'm into it is because we probably don't have a deploy yet. So this is Laravel Forge. I'm not in this very often, to be honest, so I am not sure how you can tell where that's not it. And it's not a stellar, let's go to servers, Statamic. Why did I do this at the beginning? It had like a list of all the deploy. There we go. So June 27th at 9:29 a.m. So in theory, we should have a deploy happening anytime now. Yeah, June 27th, 9:29. Okay, yeah, so there you go. So the last one there was the 9:21, which was undoing some of the stuff I had done. So in theory, I should be protected by IP now, and I shouldn't be able to see this site. Let's refresh it. There you go. I do not have permission to view this page, which is perfect. Now, if I go to login, I'll just type username and let my iPad activate my password. Perfect. And yes, I literally use the same password because. So now I'm in anyways, and I can see the site. I'm not sure how to do everything on this because I'm only just getting into Statamic. Oh, permission denied still. So I still can't see it. That's interesting. You still can't see it even when you're logged in. I did not know that before. So this is part of me live testing things. But I can say, what is my IP? And you can see right up at the top here where I'm going to highlight. I don't want all that. So there you go. That's not my postal code. It's pretty close though. Copy it. And then if I go back to Statamic, enter, and then I can go allowed, colon, and then dash, paste in my IP. And I have an IP, and we'll commit it again. So we'll go touch all, select all. There we go. So we pushed. That's perfect. And you could also use Textastic with this or other stuff, but I'm just keeping it as it is. And we go back over to Forge. We can double check. 9:31. Perfect. 9:31 a.m. And I should be able to see it now, right? No, I can't. Let's log out. Do not have permission to view this page still. So why not? Because I have tested this. Was there any output in here? Nope. I just cloned it. Close. I wonder if copy. No, I will open up a private tab and hit local again. It still says permission denied. So that's an interesting question. I do not know why I'm permission denied right now. Because it should let me in. Let's let me into the dashboard. And let's go back and see if I can see the site now. I still don't have permission. This is where we're going to turn to Blink. And I should have SSH. Liquid. I don't have it in here. I don't actually have my server in here. So let's get my server IP. Because I should have. So there's another thing with Forge. You got to remember that it's controlling your SSH keys. So let me go back in here and go to my Statamic. Yeah, we're there. Double check that I've got my SSH key in. Nope, only have my Mac Mini, so I need to go to Blink. And I need to command comma. And I'm looking for my keys, my pro key. I'm going to copy my public key. Doesn't give any feedback, which sucks. Let's go back over to Firefox, and this is Blink iPad 12.9. Paste it in. Oh. .9, add key. Letters, numbers, and dashes. Oh, I can't even have that in there. Can't even have my period in there. Add key. There we go. So now I should have that, and I have my IP of my server right here. Copy. So let's add a domain, hosts. And this is Statamic test. Host name, user. So here's another one. User is actually Forge. For Forge stuff by default, I don't need a password. Just got my key in there. I'll hit save. Settings done. SSH. Statamic test. Yes. Yes. And it's not letting me in. Why isn't it letting me in? We're going to pause. We'll come back to this. And we're back. Because I figured out what was up. So when I set up my host with Statamic test, right here, I had chosen no key. And so now I have chosen a key, and I'll save it. And we're going to go to this, and we'll hit SSH Statamic tests. And I'm in. Awesome. And so this has actually put me into my domains. So I'm going to go to local. And this is CD sites. Yeah. I don't know Statamic well enough to just go through it. CD settings. And it was vim settings.yaml, right? System.yaml. So my IP address is in there. Should be in there anyways. Let me go back and make sure that what is my IP. Let's try this one. Okay. I don't even know why this is here. There we go. 66183. I don't want to copy the link. Silly junk. Copy. 668.183 or 66183.229.15. Is that what I have here? It is what I have here. So this should work. IP address allowed. Everything looks spelled correctly as I look up at the tutorial, because I do have the notes up on my Mac over there at the same time. So that looks okay. So why don't I see my site? It says login. Let's log in again. New blog post, live preview. This is an interesting part where I can live preview my content as I go. So I can see my whole control panel fine. Interesting. I haven't tried this on Statamic. So it doesn't look like it's allowing my done the live preview to actually happen. Can I hit save and continue, published? Is there a way just to click and view from here? It doesn't look like it. Trial mode license keys need to be entered before going live. So that's one of the reasons that I have here. I'm on a staging site and I set it up as local, and now I'm protecting it because they let you use local and a bunch of other ones, domains as your, without buying it. So without any issues. So I can still see this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right into blank, and I am going to type aloud. That's all looks right. I'm going to kill it. So I'm actually have git right here, so I could even commit and send this back, and I guess Forge would push it again. I don't know. But anyway, so let's go back and see. I can see the site. Perfect. Let's try this again. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to retype it. So I haven't actually configured Vim here for myself. Type IP address allowed is, oh, what was it? Let's go back to what is my IP? 166.183.229.15. I'm totally gonna forget that again. 66.183.229.15. Colon W to save. Now let's go back. Do I see it again? Do I still see it? No, I'm still denied. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna pause again. We're gonna come back and we're gonna sort this out. And I'm gonna have, because I've done this, I don't know why it's not working now. So we're back. I'm gonna point out discourse to you because Mr. Jack McDade, the founder, owner, whatever of the whole thing, was super helpful, and he helped me solve the problem. And the problem is the docs are wrong. So what we had in the docs originally, and maybe still, because I see they're not updated yet, and he said he was going to update them at some point, but not yet. Then I'm going to Textastic. So what we have here, in his words, is we have the type, and you can see in Textastic the type of restriction we want. And then we have basically an array we're saying IP addresses, and these are the allowed ones. And you can see I've got two in there, my IPv6 and my IPv4 one. And now, if I go to my site, I can see it. And let's verify this by just killing these, and save, and I'm going to go back over to working copy. So I've actually used Textastic to open the files in working copy. I can commit, say, pulling IPs, commit. Oh, wait a second. I'm going to check in with Forge to make sure that it's deployed. 1055, 1055, good. And now we'll go back over, and I can't see it. So if I go back to Textastic and simply reverse it, save, and let's, yeah, and I'll just commit this and we'll prove again that this is working. Commit. IP back. Perfect. And so again, we're going to go back over to Forge and make sure we're deployed, which it happens really fast. I'm actually really impressed with how fast Forge deploys. Yep. So yeah, perfect. And we can see it again. So this is how that works. Now, a couple other interesting things that Jack got me to do as a debug is this. Here's one. So I should be able to undo. And so here I have DD scheme. I actually don't know what DD is. It's a Laravel or a thing in this. I don't know yet. So anyway, but that is going to echo out the schemes that are available for me, or what scheme it's using. Echo scheme. I'll spell it right because you super care about that. Oh, I gotta select one file. That is in Abstract Protector, which is, I'll show you here. It's under Protectors, which is under Protect, which is under Bundles, which is under Statamic, and that's the top level of the site. So that's where it is. And then if I go back to my site, so it's saying array and it's allowed, and I can't view it in here. Oh, I can. Is it gonna let it come out? It is. So it's telling me that those are the IP addresses that are allowed. Another interesting thing he did as a debug method was let's close abstract protector. But again, under bundles, under protection, again, there's IP protector, and this is the IP protection file root. I don't know. I'm sure there's a special name for it. And we did DDD request IP. Let's commit these both. Commit all, and which IP I'm coming from. So this is going to show me which IP Statamic thinks I'm coming from. You head back over. Yes, I'm going to check with Forge quick. Deployed 57. That should be right. That's the IP that Statamic sees me at. So the issue was that, let me just kill this too because I don't actually need it. And commit no debug code. You can see the path right there, Statamic bundles, protectors, IP protect, PHP. And then the other one, abstract protector, which you can see on my screen right now, is in there too. But we go back now, that should be deployed. And we're back to being able to see it, which is excellent. So yeah, now we have my site protected by IP, so only my IP can see it. If you go to local.curtismchale.ca, you will see nothing because this is not actually a local site. It's an A record pointed at a DigitalOcean droplet as local. Yeah, so, and then I have the standard Redwood theme up here. And that's really it for today. That is how we protect our IP. And if we go back to Textastic, right, we have our protect variable right here, protect. The type of protection, remember, this is YAML, so it's 2 spaces at the beginning, not a tab or anything. And Textastic doesn't seem to be recognizing that it wants to put tabs, so I manually spaced. And then we have our IP address, and then we're putting the array of allowed IP addresses in there, like that. Now, one thing, a lot of this stuff here is available, like the URL, the time zone, everything like that is actually available in the settings in the control panel. Let me show you that too. Let's just go to CP, log me in. And then if we go to settings, see a lot of these are in here already, right? But what we don't see is the IP protection. So what I'd love to have is like send a client a URL and say, hey, just go here and put in your IP address, and it'll automatically be restricted or opened up for you, not restricted. We're going to get to that. I don't know how to build a a Statamic add-on yet, but we're going to work to that. And I want to actually rebuild basically a plugin for WordPress called Restricted Site Access, but in the context of Statamic. That's where we are. If you have any questions, we had all this on my iPad. Just had docs up here on my big screen, which were wrong. And then Mr. Jack McDade was super helpful. Like jumped on it pretty much. We solved it, and it took about 30 minutes for him to do debugging, or 40 minutes maybe, and get me back an answer. But that was great. So if you're looking to restrict access to your site by IP, that's how you do it. Have a good one. If you have any other questions about how I do development, you want to see other stuff, I'm enjoying Statamic right now, so that's what I'm going to be digging into. If you have other questions about Statamic, I will do my best to answer them. I'm a Statamic newbie though, so I make no promises about that. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below. Don't hit the bell because I do your work. Don't get notifications all the time. And you can support me at patreon.com/CurtisMchale. Have a good one.